American Morning all this week. New Orleans, 4 years after Katrina. How the city and its residents continue to suffer, rebuild, and look for answers. What New Orleans is like now after the storm. A special American Morning series. All this week only on CNN, the worldwide leader in news.
We are just days away now from the 4th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. Today, New Orleans is doing pretty well in the recession, with an unemployment rate lower than the national average, and lots of development, too. CNN's Sean Caleb's reports on the progress.
New Orleans has been shielded in the aftermath of Katrina, not by levees. It has been an economic buffer, federal and private money, as the city rebuilds. Jazz great Irvin Mayfield recently opened a club in the French Quarter. But he wants to talk about his job as commissioner of the New Orleans Redevelopment Authority.
Redevelopment is just another word of self-investment for citizens. And I think that passion has always been important to New Orleans. We're now trying to figure out how to transform that passion from music and food into different areas of redevelopment in our neighborhoods.
Sean Cummings is a lifelong New Orleanian, a hotel owner and a developer.
There's a significant amount of federal spending that is still going on here that's related to the flood catastrophe, and in many ways the city is benefiting from that. It's propping us up.
After Katrina, close to 80,000 homes had to be rebuilt, attracting legions of construction workers. It's helped keep New Orleans' unemployment rate at about 7.2%, while the national average is closer to 9%. With its hotels and nightlife, New Orleans has its share of service jobs. But entrepreneurs are also investing here, finding there are benefits to being in this city. Nick Perkins is CEO of the Receivables Exchange. He could have started his business anywhere.
Donnie from Pennsylvania, Daryl from England, John from Boston.
New residents know about the problems: crime, a poor education system, the slow pace of rebuilding. But they are convinced the positive outweighs lingering, deep-rooted problems.
To have an operation like this would be literally 5, 6, 7 times more for us in New York or San Francisco. The quality of life that we have here, you can live in New Orleans exceptionally well under a startup salary.
And remember all those volunteers rebuilding the city? Well, many are doing more than just swinging hammers.
If you look at the people who have come since Katrina, there has been this influx of talent that has come to New Orleans initially to help, but now they're coming here to stay, to live, but more importantly, to grow new, exciting companies in New Orleans.
Home prices are up about 1.1% from 2008 to 2009. Nationally, they plunged about 10% over that same period. New Orleans is a long way from being whole. Entire neighborhoods remain in ruin, and thousands are still displaced.
And I think a lot of people who see this may say, look, you guys have been at this for 4 years. Why isn't this done already? And I think people need to really understand the volume of things that we have done and we're doing.
And in many ways, the city has something it couldn't claim 4 years ago: optimism.
And Sean Caleb's is joining us now live from New Orleans. So, Sean, New Orleans really seems to be like a tale of two cities now.
Yeah, without question. And firstly, I don't think anybody's going to sit back and say, wow, the redevelopment has moved along at such a brisk pace. It has taken time, but finally the city seems to be hitting its stride in some ways. But if you look outside the areas where the tourists go, if you venture outside the Central Business District or the French Quarter, the Garden District where all the nice restaurants are, and you go into St. Bernard Parish, Gentilly, New Orleans East, Lakeview, those areas, they still remain in horrible disrepair for the most part. These are areas that really need revitalization, redevelopment, and the big problem is people don't know how to build, how safe they will be. So everything kind of works together. Will the levees be safe? Is the city coming back? Can we elevate homes? So still a long way to go here.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, Sean Caleb's, we sure do appreciate the update. Thank you. Now, American Morning has special reports all this week leading up to the 4th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. We, of course, will too, every morning in the 10 a.m. hour right here in the CNN newsroom.